No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
Hey everybody, it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reason Smiles and Does Hair. Hey guys, it's Naya. I am back for another reading, smiling hair video. The first question I get asked the most on my channel is, how do you read so much, Naya? To which my response is, books are to me as Netflix is to you. And the second most asked question I get is, Naya, how do you do your hair? Can you give us your tips, give us your tricks? I know there are a lot of curly girls, a lot of black girls, a lot of mixed girls, a lot of girls out there, and guys, and people who do not conform to the binary. A lot of you guys who've been asking me for a hair tutorial, and I was like hesitant on doing it because I was like, this is a book channel, but then I was like, you know what, Naya, 2018 is the year of expanding outside of what I normally do, so I'm going to try and do a hair tutorial today. We're gonna see how it works. But real quick, in the description box, there's gonna be a timestamp so you can jump to the tutorial part of this video. Go ahead and click on that if you just came to watch me shampoo my hair, condition it, and get it all good looking. But I wanted to dedicate the first part of this video to kind of my hair journey and to tell you guys a little bit about myself, as well as like my hair type, my hair texture, my history with my hair, kind of like my struggle with it a little bit. So if you're interested in that, keep watching, and if not, click the timestamp, then you can jump ahead. But anyways, okay, so to anyone who has come to my channel that hasn't already been subscribed and just came for hair, hi, my name is Naya, and I read a lot of books, so yeah, that's pretty much like all you need to know about me. I'm originally from Hawaii, so, or Hawaii, as some people call it. Mom's Hawaiian, Filipino, Portuguese, and then my dad is black. And so growing up, I did not know how to do my hair at all. My hair has been one of the biggest struggles in my whole life. And I am happy to say I'm in a place now where I really love my hair, which like makes me kind of like tear up a little bit, because I just struggled so much with it to the point where it was just like, I was just like, God, universe, why did you give me so much hair? But yeah, so growing up, like I said, my mom's Hawaiian Filipino, and so she has very thick, very long, black, straight hair, kind of like the typical Hawaiian hair that you imagine when you think of like Hawaiian women, I guess you could say. And so my dad, being black, has an afro. I mean, he's bald now because he shaves his head, but he has very thick afro textured hair. And so I have three other siblings, two other siblings from my mom and dad, or like full-blooded siblings, I guess you could say. And my sister has super loose wavy hair. Some of you guys may have seen pictures of her on my Instagram or in my videos and stuff like that. Her hair's blonde now, by the way, too. She's so beautiful. I love my sister. But her hair is very wavy, very similar to Hawaiian hair. My brother even has a looser curl pattern as well, and I'm the only one of my siblings who has afro textured hair. And growing up is really hard for me because I just didn't know how to take care of my hair. I felt like the odd one out. Even in school and stuff in Hawaii, all the girls always had very long, flowy hair, and I was the girl that would like straighten and cut my hair because it was just so thick. And I actually permed my hair straight, which I'm gonna show some pictures on the side so you guys can like follow along with me. But I had my hair permed from about the age of 10 to the age of 13. And yeah, I permed my hair, I flat ironed it every single day. It was I did everything possible to get it straight. Just to let you guys know, they had to leave relaxer in my hair for probably about 30 to 40 minutes longer than the average like girl with like thick afro textured hair, just because I had so much hair, and they would have to do my hair half a head at a time because I just had so much hair. And then on top of that, I would have to flat iron it every day just to keep it straight. Otherwise it would just be like a straight afro. I hated my hair when it was straight. Like my whole life up until probably I was like, maybe until I cut all my hair off, which I'll get to in a second. I did shave my hair, but I hated my hair so much. I just felt like, I mean, now that I'm older, I'm 19 now, I can look back and see that a lot of how I felt about my hair had to do with I guess, society standards, I guess you could say. And the reason why I flat ironed my hair wasn't because I liked it straight. I honestly hated it more straight than I did curly. I just hated my hair altogether. I hated that I just couldn't understand it. My mom, you know, I would ask her for help and she would just be totally lost because I mean, I love my mom, she's a wonderful mother, but she just didn't know how to take care of my hair, whereas my other two siblings, like, they could kind of follow the same regime as someone with straight hair. I could not. Like, my mom was giving me volumizing shampoo, you guys. She gave me the same shampoo that she used on her hair, and she told me I should shampoo my hair every day, which is what you should absolutely not do if you have curly hair, okay? Just to give you an idea of just like how lost I was with my hair. And growing up in Hawaii, I didn't grow up in a primarily Black community. In Hawaii, everyone's Hawaiian, Filipino, Asian, just a mix of everything in Hawaii. It's kind of like a melting pot, and there's a lot of diversity. But majority of the girls, at least in my school, my area, had very straight, very long, if not wavy hair. Definitely thick hair, because Hawaiian, Filipino, we got thick hair, but more straight and less like kinky Afro textured hair. So anyways, I didn't grow up around in a primarily Black community, so I didn't know about like weaves and braids, and the only thing I knew about was relaxers, because a lot of girls did get relaxers. And then I also knew about flat ironing, because everyone flat ironed their hair, even though in Hawaii, like, the humidity combined with the sea salt, you know, it just, my hair would never stay pin straight, and I just hated that. And so when I was 13, I decided I was just done. Like, I just came to a point where I was just like absolutely done, and I hated it. I hated my hair. I thought it was awful, and I was so fed up. And the funniest thing too, for all my book subscribers that are watching this, as you guys know, when I think it was 14 is when I picked up the Shatter Me series, which is my favorite series of all time by Tahira Mafi. And that same year that I read that series is when I shaved my head. And I had gone maybe 3 months without a relaxer. And for anyone who doesn't know what a relaxer is, if you have straight hair, it basically is a chemical stronger than bleach that chemically breaks down the bonds in your hair to make your hair straight. And I would get so many scalp burns. I was balding. I had absolutely no edges. And I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to fit in with other people, and no matter what I did, I couldn't change my skin color. And I came to a point where I was like, why am I even trying to fit into something that I will never be? And so my sister, who I love very much, she's a year older than me, I asked her if she would cut off my hair for me. We didn't tell my dad. He was totally cool with it after, by the way. My dad's always been like super accepting of everything. Well, not like drugs and stuff, but I mean, like, I've always made relatively good decisions in my life. And so we walked into the bathroom, and my sister took the scissors, and I had about 1 inch of natural hair growth from my last relaxer, and she just cut all the way down to that. And I'll show a picture of what my hair looked like. I was 14 or 15 in this picture, I can't remember. I think I was 14. I'm pretty sure I was 14. And I just want to tell you guys, when I cut off my hair, it was the first time, like, since I was maybe like 5 or 6 years old, that I felt so beautiful. Like, I can't even describe to you. Like, for all the Black girls watching, you know that, or even just all the women of color watching, you know that your hair is more than just hair. And it was in that moment that I think I really realized that. And that was kind of the start of both my hair journey and my book journey, believe it or not. At that time, is this, like I said, the same year that I picked up my favorite book series, which later led to me reading more and more and collecting books and starting a YouTube channel and just really getting into the book community, and discovering myself through books, and also through the act of just cutting off all of that dead, fried, disgusting hair that was like orangey, weird. I cut it all off, and everyone was looking at me like, how could you possibly feel beautiful with absolutely no hair? And I was like, I'm me, you know, like, this is my hair. Like, this little 1 inch of growth, whatever it was mine, and it was untouched by society, is like the way I saw it. So anyways, I just want to preface this. And so since I was 14, I had just, like, I think I'd been like 3 or 4 months until my 15th birthday, I have been natural. So about 5 years now. I'm 19, I'm gonna be 20 this year, so almost 6 years. Is that the math right? Yeah, I think 6 years now. And so I have cut my hair a few times since then. I'm currently growing it out, as you guys can tell. My goal is just to grow it out as long as possible. I'm just finally at a point in my life where I am just, I love my hair. Like I never thought I would say that in my life, but I really honestly do. And it's been a journey to get to this point. Because when I first cut off my hair, like those first 2 years were really hard for me, because it was the first time that I had like I've had a full afro since like about a year after I cut off all my hair. I'm gonna show you a picture here of just how long it was. I would pick it out and I would just wear it in its full beautiful glory. For the past 6 years, I have been like not struggling, but learning to embrace my natural hair and the challenges that it comes with. And I don't just mean doing my hair. Doing my hair is the easiest thing. It takes like a few hours every Sunday, but then I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. It's like I do it once and then it's like that's it, which you guys will see in a second in a later video. But the hardest thing with natural hair has actually been just other people, which is the craziest thing to think about, and it makes me really emotional because I wanted to talk about this because I know that there are other girls out there, and I'm sure some of you watching this video have dealt with this, and that is just, let me think. I'm thinking of how to phrase this correctly. Like, I know how hard it is to have to be the only person that looks like you in a room. And I know how much attention it draws, and I know how much extra attention it draws when your hair is curly. And it doesn't seem like, unless you're black or a woman of color, like it doesn't seem like a big deal. And that's something I've constantly struggled with, even with like explaining it to my mom. You know, having like anxiety associated with not just like being in a social situation, but having every single eye on you in a room because your hair comes out to here instead of coming down like this, and your skin's brown or black because, and everyone else is white, and it's just, it's a different sort of experience than what most people have to go through, or non-women of color, non-people of color that have to go through. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is I just want to say I understand that. I remember walking into, actually I remember I was in a grocery store, and I remember I was in a grocery store, and it was about a year and a half after I cut my hair. And I'm sorry, this is a really emotional story for me. I actually wrote about this for my gender women's studies class. We had to write about a personal experience in which we felt outside from everyone else. And I was 15 years old. It was about a year after I cut my hair, and I was in a grocery line, and there was this like creepy like 50-year-old man behind me, and he was standing pretty close. Like I could feel his, you know when you can feel someone's body heat on your back, like that's how close he was. And I was like, I just knew, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, please don't touch my hair, like don't touch my hair, like I just don't want you to touch my hair. Like people at this point were constantly touching my hair, and it was, that was something, like that was a difficulty that I had to deal with. Like I wanted to straighten my hair, not because I didn't like it curly, but because I didn't want people to touch it. And this man behind me, all of a sudden I just felt like these hands like running in my hair. And mind you, it was like a Saturday in a grocery store, so there were families, there were people around. People were already giving me looks because I had like this huge afro, you know, this little 15-year-old girl. I was really skinny and I had huge hair, and this man just like put his hands in my hair, and I remember turning around being like I didn't know what to say. I just turned around and he's like, I love your hair, you know, it's so great. And then he went to go touch it again, and I backed up, and he still, even though seeing my reaction of like me backing up, like reached and touched my hair. And I just like, I looked around, like after he did that, I stepped out of line, and I was 15, like I said, and I just looked around, and everyone saw what he did, and no one did anything. Like no one did anything. No one said anything. None of the moms, none of the dads, none of the parents there, none of the, not even like the cashier, which was like a woman. She looked like maybe she was in her 30s or 40s. No one did anything. And it was like one of those moments when like all I could think to myself was like, if I was white And if my hair was straight and that man did that, like, everyone would have said something. Like, guarantee everyone would have said something. Like, because everyone would have been like, oh my god, this pervert, let's get this pervert away from this 15-year-old girl. You know what I mean? And that's when I realized at that point, like, I was gonna have to deal with this in my natural hair journey. I was gonna have to deal with people not seeing me the same as they see other women, other white women, other white girls. I was 15 and this like 40-year-old man was like putting his fingers in my hair, and if I was white and if my hair was straight and a 40-year-old man was putting his fingers in my hair, everyone would have been like, this pervert, get him away. You know what I mean? Anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I know some of you other girls out there deal with that, and that has been the biggest struggle in my natural hair journey, is that attention. And if you're someone who's very insecure and doesn't like that attention, I know, like for me when I was younger, that was why I straightened my hair. It was because, not because I didn't like my hair, but because I didn't want that attention. I didn't want people putting their fingers in my hair. I didn't want people violating my space. I didn't want people asking me, you know, why is your hair like that? Like that, oh my god, that's the other thing. When I became natural, the question I get all the time from like older white men and women, like not even children, like adults, is, why is your hair like that? And it's like the most ridiculous question, because it's like, my hair, like, why is your hair like that? Like, ask God, like, I don't know, genetics, DNA. Anyways, I just wanted to preface this video, this tutorial, sorry it got kind of emotional, just by sharing a little bit about my natural hair journey, because I know some of you girls have been, who straighten your hair or who relax your hair. You guys reach out to me a lot asking me for advice on how to transition into natural hair and some things to expect, and how I deal with my, I hate saying deal with my hair, because I love my hair, so I like to say I take care of my hair, how I take care of my hair. And this is how I do it. I'm gonna go over into the tutorial now, but yeah, this has been my journey thus far, and I hope it inspires you, and I hope that it helps any of you guys. And I just want you to know that your hair is beautiful, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? So, okay, let's get into the tutorial. Hello! We're in the bathroom now. I apologize about the echoing in here. Also, the absolutely god-awful lighting that is making me look like a shiny little, oh wait, hold up. Oh, we got some good lighting. How you guys doing? Okay, are you ready? So my hair is super dry right now. That's why it looks so small and just like, oh wait a second. So it was like this. Like, to be honest, I would still rock my hair like this out if I had to go out today, but I'm being antisocial, and so it's pretty long, and you guys will see more when I wet my hair, but this is just give you an idea of like how much shrinkage I naturally have. So to give you an idea, like it's pretty, like if my head's straight to here, but no, my hair is very long, but it shrinks up a lot, so it just looks really tiny right now when it's dry. It doesn't have moisture in it, but for everyone with curly hair, you guys already know that. Just start by rinsing my hair, getting some water all up in here, all up in the crevices, shampooing my hair with this product here, and it's the Cream of Nature coconut milk shampoo, or detangling shampoo conditioner, and it almost feels like a conditioner on your hair, which is why I like this, because it's really, really gentle, because my hair, I put oil in it, which I will show you in a second, but we're gonna start by shampooing, and then we're gonna go into conditioner. The Cream of Nature Professional Argan Oil Intensive Conditioning Treatment, and this stuff is actually, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, guys, but this stuff is actually a deep conditioner, but I use it like a regular conditioner. But you know what, we're gonna love it, we're gonna love it, we're gonna live it, we're gonna like flaunt with it, deep condition with it, detangle with it, and then also just leave it in my hair, and we're just gonna use everything with it. It's awesome. It's like $6. Then this right here is the magic, okay? Like, if there's one product that you absolutely have to get, it is this product, okay? I'm not sponsored by them. I've been using this product for the past like year and a half. Every Instagram photo you've seen where my hair is super defined, this stuff is in my hair. It's $5 and it is like solid gold. If you have a really, like, if you can see my curl pattern, you guys, it's like really tiny. I don't know like what number this is. And this is the Moisturizing Curl Activator Cream by Cantus. Okay, we're back. I have thoroughly, oh my god, my hair looks so small right now. Okay, so I've thoroughly rinsed my hair, and you can't even really see my texture or how long my hair is quite yet, because it's just kind of deflated. I'm gonna do this and put this in the hair. I'm just gonna take a bunch of this, like literally, do you see that? That's a lot. You guys are gonna watch. This is what I call black girl magic, okay? My hair is magically gonna grow. I need to kind of like semi-evenly part this. That is the ugliest center part ever.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. If I find my way home, yeah.
So I would say my method works. You know, in my own personal experience, slowly work this conditioner in. But yeah, as you can see, the roots are super knotted, so I'm not getting like the full length I would normally get. So add on like 2 inches to this little length check thing I got going on. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put a plastic bag on my head and let this sit for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll detangle and style.
Manicures and pedicures, I'm always tip top. When they say I'm not hot, all these lies need to stop. I've been really trying. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance,
I'm back! You come back a little more because I have one light bulb that works in the bathroom, and it's like here. But okay, I changed my shirt because I kind of spilled water on the other one, and burrito stuff. I had lunch. Can you see the length? This is my there's literally like 5 pounds of conditioner in my hair right now, and this is the flattest it will ever get. If you can see. If only it would stay like this and not poof up, but it's gonna grow about 6 times. It's like one of those little, you know those little capsule things you put in water and then it turns into a dinosaur? What are those things called? I don't know, but my hair's like that. Soaking wet. So this is my tailbone. So my length check, growing it for a while now, and yeah, but can you just see how amazing this conditioner is? Like, you guys saw the state my hair was in before. Look how moisturized it is now. Like, it almost literally detangled my hair. I mean, there's still a lot of tangles back here, which you guys will see in a second. Like, you see this whole knot of stuff. I use a few options here depending on how tangled my hair is. So I have my comb, which I use for general detangling, and let me show you what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna part our hair into about 4 sections. So I'm gonna start like this, so clip half of it out of the way, and I'm gonna divide this section, which is, oh my god, look at those tangles, into this front section and this back section. I need to come into the light. So I have a front section and a back section now. The front section of my hair is naturally a lot thinner than the back section. The back section is where all the goodies are at. Into 2, so I guess each side we're splitting into 4 sections. So split it as well as you can. I don't make it super precise. Have your conditioner handy. We're gonna be putting more, trust me. The knottiest, like, just look how much it's growing even more. Sorry, black girl magic, I can't help it. And you can just see kind of where the knots are. Do you see how it's super tight all up in here? This is probably the naughtiest, like the most tangled part of my hair is like all up in here. So I'm gonna start by working it through with my fingers and just trying to finger detangle it as much as I can. And what this does is just helps cut down on breakage. And so I'm just going to do this. As you can see, the ends are really nicely moisturized, nicely detangled. This is the most important part. If your ends aren't good, right? So say my hair grew this much this month, all this would be off, you know, broken off if it wasn't properly moisturized. So you get the ends first always. That's the oldest part of your hair. And then you're gonna go ahead and just work through those roots. And you're just gonna keep working. Like, this is the part that takes the longest, but this is the part where I usually put on an audiobook or some music as I was playing before, and it can be really meditative actually. So just work it through, and then once you feel like you're at a good point, you can go ahead and start detangling with a comb, but don't just go straight in with the comb. You always want to finger detangle a little bit first, and then work gently. Do not do this when you're angry. This is not a good time to detangle your hair. It's a good way to break your hair. And then finally, after you do those two steps, you're gonna wanna go in with a paddle brush and gently go through it once it's pretty much entirely detangled. And if you notice this paddle brush, this is the only kind of brush I will ever put through my hair. And this is only after I finger detangled and put a comb through it. So where it's like pretty much detangled, and then this is just to kind of get the clumps of the curls back together. And if you notice the top of this brush, there's no little ball things that are usually at the top of a brush. It's just one like straight stick, called like a bamboo paddle brush. This is the kind you want because this isn't gonna catch on your hair. Now, if you're brushing your hair with like a normal brush, you are breaking your hair because those little ball things are snagging on your curls and ripping them. So if you notice like your hair is not growing, or if you're doing your child's hair and their hair just seems to break off a lot, it's because of the brush. So finger detangle first, comb second. Very, very last, once you have a ton of conditioner in your hair, a ton of water, super detangled, then go through with a paddle brush if you have to. Alright guys, we're in the home stretch right now, and for you guys it's probably just been like 2 seconds, but it literally took me a full hour to detangle my hair. I have, as you can see, my hair in these like little twists I got going on, and it still has the conditioner in it. My hair's dried a little bit because it's taken me a bit to detangle each section, but this is my hair when it's absolutely soaked in product and twisted. So now is the easiest part of this whole thing. Also my favorite part, this is the part where we get the definition, where we get the goods, we get the I don't know, we get the good stuff. You're gonna need a spray bottle. I have this little thing over here. And then you're gonna need your tried and true Cantu 4 Natural Hair Moisturizing Curl Activator Cream. And again, I apologize for the lighting, but what we're gonna wanna do is, what's important about leaving your hair in twist, when you're done detangling a section, I have about 4 sections on this side and 3 on this side, because this side of my head's like, I didn't part it evenly, so. Anyways, so I'm gonna do these back 2 sections, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna separate the twist I put it in, and then divide that in half like this. And where did my other clip go? Okay, so you're gonna wanna have clips handy. Clips are important. And I'm just gonna clip this part up. Oh my God. Okay, I have like product on my hand and it's not sticking. You know what? I'm just gonna clip it into this clip here. There we go. Haha! So I kind of have some curl definition, a little bit, not a lot. So to prevent my hair from frizzing, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is just totally spritz the section, and you're gonna wanna just rub it with your hands, and you're not gonna rake your fingers through it because you're trying to keep the curls how they naturally form if you do have a natural curl pattern. If you don't, feel free to finger quill, which is what I used to do, if you guys could see in this picture, where basically you just take a section and curl it around your finger with the product, and that'll help define it more. So I'm just gonna go until I soak this section. Water kind of brings out the definition of the curls. And the curl at the very base of my head, like I said, are really loose. So that's why I have a really defined pattern. You'll see in a second that this section up here has absolutely no pattern, and it's the weirdest thing. So I spritz that section, and then I'm just gonna take some of this and use a generous amount. I know it's like white, but don't worry, it'll dry clear. Oh, I kind of put a lot actually. So about that much. And I'm just going to do like the praying hands motion through my hair from top to end, like this. And you want to make sure to take a small section at a time, because if it's too thick, then the product won't coat every section. So we're just going to take a small section, and as you can see, it's becoming more and more defined as I run through it. And then there you go. Okay, so I moved to my living room temporarily because I needed good lighting to show you guys how much stinking definition my hair has from that product. Please excuse the creepy toys in the background and the ominous like light back there. It's like the middle of the day, but like it was really dark back there and I thought it was kind of creepy. Anyways, okay, let me show you my hair, okay? I need to do a little side. Are you guys seeing this definition? Is it picking it up? Because I really hope it's picking it up. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this definition. This is that one $4 product, $5 product that I was telling you guys, the Cantu one. Like, just look at that definition. Just have this little front section to do, and the front's the easiest, but I'm gonna let this back section dry for a second before going into the front section, because as soon as I do the front section, you guys won't be able to see my upper face because it'll just all be in my face until it dries. So I just wanted to show you guys a little back section. It is definitely starting to coil up. It'll continue to coil until it's completely dry and probably be like back to shoulder length again. And then once it's like that, at night, I put my hair up in a pineapple, which you guys may be familiar with. It's like this sort of little satin scarf thing. And that helps to stretch my hair back out to its like fuller length. And then throughout the week, it'll just gradually get longer naturally, because that's what happens when you kind of put your hair up every single night. It kind of stretches the roots and keeps the definition at the ends. But anyways, this is what my hair looks like fully defined right now, and I just love it so much. Like, I love this stage of my hair when it's like still wet and it's just like super hyper definition. So anyways, I'm gonna finish the rest of my hair, let it dry, and then show you guys the finished result. It honestly probably takes about 3 hours to dry. So luckily it's 1 o'clock now and the sun doesn't go down until like 9 p.m. So I'm gonna come back in the same spot when it's dry, and then we'll update you guys.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
Golden hour, oh, my favorite hour. But my hair is completely dry. Hopefully you guys can see it. There's still a few white tips which will go away as soon as I put oil on it, but just to give you guys a little spin. Oh my god, this is probably the most defined my hair has ever been in my whole life. Like, I really took my time because I was doing a tutorial with this, and so like, I don't know if you can see those curls, y'all, but it's just, oh my god, I love it so much. The sun is also like assisting in making the glow real. But the last thing I'm gonna do is just put a little Jamaican black castor oil on the ends, and then I'll be done. And I'm gonna probably like shake it out a little bit so it's not so stiff. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading and glowing and sharing your curly hair with the world. Okay, bye.